My life is health and fitness, and that was the biggest mindset change. If you're anything like me, you've probably tried to lose weight several times in your life. I've been overweight, then fit, then overweight, then tried to get fit, and it just never seemed to click or work until recently. And I think the biggest change that I made was I made it my life goal to live a different lifestyle. And so that included cutting out all my other hobbies that I used to do, like playing video games with my friends, which was quite enjoyable, or riding, an electric unicycle, which is fun, but there's no actual physical activity in there. You're not, moving your muscles or really burning a lot of calories. And I started to make time for exercise and meal prepping and going to the grocery store and doing physical activity that burned calories. So the main turning point for me was time. So I felt like I didn't have the time, or I couldn't find the time. But in reality, it's that I was prioritizing other things that were not conducive to losing weight and getting fit. So the biggest change for me was, instead of thinking that I couldn't find the time, I started making time. And now making time became a regular thing for me, where I would deliberately wake up a little bit earlier. And obviously that takes some away from your sleep. But like, in order to go all in and get myself in the shape that I've gotten myself into right now, is I sacrificed sleep, and I sacrificed all of the other things that I enjoyed, because that's what it took for me to get into the right headspace and put myself in a position that I can succeed. And now that I've done that, it's my daily norm. It's very regular for me. I feel almost like I'm missing something when I haven't exercised. I'm missing something if I've only eaten processed food, right? Like, I'm missing something if I haven't taken my vitamins, or if I haven't taken my supplements. I've made it more of my life to live this particular way. And the result that you get from changing those things is incredible. Now, in the past, I failed by going all in on a diet and crash dieting, 1,500 calories, going to the gym, trying to run every single day, and absolutely burning out. And after 7 days, it's like you go to the grocery store and you're picking off all the shelves and ice creams and cookies and candies and Pizza Hut, and you're just going at it. And I don't feel that way anymore, because it's just more sustainable. It's kind of slower progress, and it's a daily thing. It's not like after this is over, I get to do something. This is never going to be over. So there's a huge mindset shift as well, where my day-to-day is exercising, low intensity, so I can sustainably do it on a regular basis throughout the week. And then I'm well rested and I'm not overworked, so I can do a really hard session and then have some rest days. That's built into my plan for the week. My nutrition is about 80% non-processed foods, fruits, vegetables, rices, starches, potatoes, protein, eggs. And then I have, some chips and salsa at nighttime, some popcorn. Obviously, cheeses are quite processed, a protein bar here and there. But I've prioritized and made it so even when I go and drive by the McDonald's, I drive by a Wendy's, or it's Whopper Wednesday at Burger King, I'm thinking, do I really, is that the food that I want to fuel myself with? And the answer is no, it's not. And if I have to, for example, I try to eat just the meat and get rid of the bun and get rid of the condiments. So just the meat with the vegetables that come with the sandwich. And it's kind of a good way to modify what you could be eating something really bad, or you can at least modify it so it's not too bad. And then since that you're in a bind, for example, and you needed to eat something, so you had to go to that fast food place. For me, I feel bad if I'm eating a bunch of processed food, and it's not feel bad, psychologically. My body starts to feel bad now because it's not used to that type of fuel anymore. And I know that drags on my workouts the following day. So in making this entire fitness a lifestyle, you start to really change the way that your everyday looks like, because you know that when you reflect on the lifestyle itself, it's not, this is just a segment of my life, and at the end of it, there's the chips, the candy, the bad stuff. It's every single day is like this for the rest of my life. My life is health and fitness, and that was the biggest mindset change from the multiple times I did it before. But it's about creating time, not finding time. You make the time. It's about focusing on what you need to do sustainably for a long period of time. Now, I've only been at it for about a year, but the exercise portion has been about 6 months. And I've finally got to the point, and this is probably the only time in my life that I realized that this is my life now. This is 100% my life. And I've achieved these incredible things in running, cycling, swimming, indoor rock climbing. These are things that I've kind of looked at the pros and elite athletes, and I compare myself even today, and I feel like I'm trash at all these things. But I was having a conversation with a colleague of mine. We went for a run together, and even he was like, hey, Nicola, don't sell yourself short. Look back last year when you were extremely overweight, looked like you'd never exercised before, and now we're at the track and we're running, 400 meters at a 3 pace. And when I think about that conversation, I realize that he's right. I've come a long way, and I'm basically the super version of myself before. And over the last 6 months, I've achieved these amazing things, like going from, a 30 plus minute 5 kilometer redlining at 180 beats per minute to, a 22 minute 5K. I basically couldn't run further than 5K before, and now I've run 35 kilometers as a maximum. Like, I didn't cycle before, and now I'm cycling, 25 to 35 kilometers on a regular basis. It's swimming. Like, I could barely swim 125 meter length, and just recently I swam for just about a kilometer straight. Like, rock climbing, I was climbing, a V1 or V2, and now I'm climbing V6s and V7. So even though I feel like I've fallen short from the elitist and the pros, I got to look back and be grateful for what I have and what I've achieved in this short period of time. And I'm just wanting to share that when you make the decision to change your life and make your life a fitness lifestyle and not just a segment of time, you are going to get these amazing results. And it doesn't take a crazy amount of time to achieve these phenomenal things in a fitness journey. Because I'm 35 years old, I lived 35 years, and I look back at over a year ago, and I was 250 pounds overweight, sore all the time, miserable in a sense. I mean, I have a family with my 3 children. I love my life. And I was happy about, that situation, but I wasn't happy about myself and my physical performance and my health and where it was going. And it's only taken 6 months to get to where I am today. So if you're really looking to get into shape and, really lock in and make it a lifestyle, you have to remember that it's not about finding time, it's creating time. It's about having a plan, and it's about changing your life so that your everyday is health and fitness. And those small segments of time, your birthday parties, Christmas parties, New Year's parties, your Halloween, whatever those things are, those 12, 15, 20 days out of the year, those are the days that go ahead and have your pizzas and your pastas and your buffets, right? Like, we got 365 days out of the year. If you're good for 300 days of the year and you live your healthy fitness lifestyle for 300 days, and you got 65 days that you kind of go crazy and, drink alcohol and do that type of stuff, you're going to be fit. You're going to look fit. You're going to feel fit, because sustainably, the majority, by a large margin, right? I don't know the percentages because I'm not super good at math, but whatever, 75% of the year or more, you're doing the right things, and you're eating not processed foods, and you're making sure that your meals are prepped, and you're exercising on a regular basis, and you're doing, preventative maintenance on your body, so you're not getting sick very often, and you're not getting injured, so you can sustainably do it, day over day, week over week, year over year. So if you're really looking to lose weight, you can always reach out to me via email. I'm more than happy to help, and thanks for watching.